I was waiting at the crosswalk when I noticed a butterfly fluttering through the crowd. A butterfly at this time of year? That's unusual. And then, a little girl stepped into the road, chasing after it. Watch out! My body moved before I could even scream. I pushed the girl out of the way of the oncoming car. When I came to, I was lying on the road. Ugh! A sharp pain in my right knee. As I realized I'd been hit by the car, my consciousness faded.
Someone! Call an ambulance! Please, help him!
A woman's scream reached me faintly.
I'm so sorry. Please, at least let me cover your hospital bills. I don't think this is something you need to apologize for.
Please don't worry so much. Your daughter will be scared if you look like that.
Mommy! Hinako.
The little girl, Hinako-chan, was only slightly injured because I pushed her out of the way. On the other hand, there's a high chance I'll have a permanent disability in my right leg.
But your father told me you're a promising soccer player.
My father had high hopes for my future. He must have been so emotional about this sudden incident that he let it slip to her. It might be difficult even if I tell you not to worry about it. But I'm not that depressed. I protected something more important than soccer. I said that and stroked Hinako-chan's head with a smile. As if drawn to it, she smiled too. Even though I said that in front of them, of course I'm not completely fine. I won't be able to run freely like I used to. But there's no point in being depressed. First, rehabilitation, and then I'll look for something I want to do. Something besides soccer, that's tough. I muttered to myself in the quiet night of the hospital room. I'm Shuta Kido. As a result of saving someone, I'm thinking about my second life at the young age of 17. I stayed in the hospital for a while, and during that time, Hinako-chan's mother, Kanako Satomi, visited me often. My parents, especially my father, were initially hostile towards Kanako-san, but her sincere attitude gradually won them over. In the end, my father came to terms with it, saying that it was a result of his son choosing to save someone. Hinako-chan also visited sometimes, and before we knew it, we became like siblings.
Big brother, how's your rehab going? Does it still hurt?
It's okay, the cast will be off soon. And after about 3 months, I was discharged from the hospital. After returning to school, I struggled with what to do, and finally switched to the art club. Part of it was because I liked drawing when I was little, but I also wanted to sort out my feelings by drawing pictures of soccer.
You're in the way of practice. If you're just watching, get lost.
Sorry, Asakura, I got permission.
You're acting so nonchalant.
Haha, it's painful to be involved, but I'm too attached to completely walk away. But then, nostalgia. My painting of boys playing soccer on the school grounds at dusk won an honorable mention in a competition.
Congratulations, Kido-kun. I also think nostalgia is a good painting filled with emotion.
That was the moment when a simple pastime took on a greater meaning. From there, I became immersed in the world of art. Along with school life, I naturally drifted away from the Satomi family, or rather, I made it that way. I didn't want them to feel too indebted to me. Since my disability remains, even if I recover through rehabilitation, my existence will become a burden on Hinako-chan's mind. I want Hinako-chan to grow up freely and without constraints. Fortunately, the Satomi family seemed to understand my intentions. And so, we each returned to our daily lives. 10 years later, at the age of 27, I became a designer at a design company. I can't let go of my cane because of my leg, but it doesn't hinder my daily work. If I had to point out a problem, it would be that I'm slow to evacuate during disasters because I can't move quickly.
Don't worry, I'll carry you in a princess carry when we need to escape. Leave it to me.
I even got a well-built junior employee who says things like that. Ah, don't look!
Don't worry, you're as light as a feather.
Stop it, my life points are at 0. So, I'm having a fulfilling work life, more or less. Then one day, it happened. During a meeting with an advertising agency we always work with.
Huh? Kido?
Asakura, is that you? I had a chance encounter with a former member of the soccer club I was in during the first half of high school. I heard they were sending a new representative. Keiji Asakura. Our relationship was too prickly to be called rivals, but we ran on the same field.
So, the strongest MF has become just a subcontractor. You've fallen, haven't you?
Yeah, that's the kind of guy he is. Asakura. No, Mr. Asakura. Can we please not talk about the past? It's not that it's painful for me to remember, but there's no point in bringing it up now. But Asakura wouldn't listen.
The past? It might be for you, but I'm still playing social soccer. I even joined this company because they have their own soccer club.
Asakura wants to say that he's still chasing his dreams, while you, on the other hand. We never got along, but I never imagined he'd be the client's representative. It'll be troublesome if our work doesn't go smoothly. Of course, we didn't get along, and he probably felt the same way. He'd probably ask for a change of representative. If so, then so be it. I thought that, but... Contrary to my expectations, Asakura didn't ask for a change. Even after that, Asakura would sneer and look down on me every time we had a meeting. I would also receive emails with what seemed like unnecessary amounts of revision requests. But even if it wasn't smooth, the work was barely manageable. If he's intentionally pushing it to the limit, it's a kind of talent. Thinking that, I kept creating design proposals for the project. One day, as I was going about my days like this...
Good news, listen up. That up-and-coming model, Kokyu, has been chosen as the image girl for the next project.
Oh, Kokyu? I know her. It's amazing you were able to secure her schedule. She's popular among young people, and is in high demand for magazines and TV shows.
Our company has a strong connection with the modeling agency she belongs to. It was decided that we could use her in a meeting between the higher-ups.
Asakura snorted smugly. Well, so far so good.
She's shining, unlike you.
Here it comes. I don't think there's any point in comparing a model to an ordinary person. I agree.
Why aren't you arguing back? Where did your fighting spirit from the soccer club days go?
I still think I haven't lost in spirit.
Haha, you can say anything you want.
Do you want me to argue back? When I asked that, Asakura made an indescribable bitter expression before.
No way. I was just testing to see if you could act like a proper subcontractor.
He said that with a sneer.
That Kokyu is gonna use your design. Be grateful.
So, what kind of design are we going with?
The client's president likes butterflies. As the name suggests, he wants a combination of butterfly imagery and Kokyu.
Finally, we can talk about work. Thinking that, I finalized the design details, and the meeting ended.
Right, I'll be going to the client's workplace to grade Kokyu, so be prepared.
What are you looking up? Oh, I'm gonna be working with Kokyu soon, so I thought I'd check out some information beforehand. What? Seeing the information that appeared, I froze for a moment. The day of the meeting with Kokyu arrived. Asakura and I went to the photography studio together. It seemed to be a last-minute decision, and she couldn't clear her schedule.
My name is Taniguchi, Kokyu's manager. Could you wait here for a while?
Yes, thank you.
We decided to wait for the shoot to finish in a corner of the studio. There's really an intense energy here. Kokyu has a certain aura about her. After unintentionally voicing my thoughts, I regretted it.
We should have been on that side.
As expected, Asakura's snide remarks began.
So what? You're satisfied with being just a company employee? Pathetic.
Please lower your voice a bit.
Huh? Don't just brush me off.
That's not it. It's just that I think it's better to be mindful of the place.
That's why your designs lack passion.
Look, it's disturbing the staff.
Has the subcontractor mentality seeped into your very bones?
Honestly, the manager's stare was painful, but I decided it was better to keep quiet. Sure enough, when I kept quiet, Asakura calmed down after a while. Then Kokyu, whose shoot had finished, came over accompanied by her manager. She really was a dazzling girl. Asakura and I stared, entranced for a moment, and then hurriedly stood up.
Nice to meet you. I'm...
I heard you, but aren't you being rude to Mr. Keto?
Wait a minute, Kokyu?
If we're going to work together, I think a minimum level of courtesy is necessary.
Taken aback by the childlike straightforward opinion, Asakura groaned and fell silent. Huh? I don't think I've introduced myself yet, as I was thinking that.
Mr. Keto? No, Shuta-san. It's been a while.
No way. The faintly familiar features, and the information I learned about Kokyu's agency during my research. At that moment, the pieces clicked into place in my mind. Hinako-chan? Wow, you've changed so much.
I recognized you right away because of that cane.
Hinako-chan's expression clouded slightly, but this is part of my identity now. When I said that and spun it around, her expression softened a bit. By the way, Hinako-chan, you became a model?
Yes, I'm working for my mother's company.
What I learned during my research was that Kokyu's agency was Satomi Agency, and the president of Satomi Agency was listed as Kanako Satomi. I thought it might be a coincidence, but I never imagined it was actually her.
I worked hard, thinking that if I became successful, I could meet Shuta-san again.
If you became successful? So that's how Kanako-san explained it.
I finally understood that you distanced yourself for my sake. But I was still lonely, you know. I never thought I'd meet you again like this, by chance.
Me neither. I never imagined that the famous Kokyu was actually Hinako-chan.
Ahem. Sorry to interrupt your lively conversation. Kokyu, it's almost time to leave for your next job.
Huh? Already? I finally got to see Shuta-san.
We can reminisce later.
I'm sorry. It seems like it's time. I'll see you at the official meeting then.
Yeah, good luck with your work. I'm rooting for you. And then the day of the meeting with Kokyu arrived. Asakura and I were discussing what we could finalize beforehand. But as usual, it devolved into Asakura's snide remarks.
So you know, Kokyu, don't get any ideas, though. You're not on that side. You're not in the spotlight.
I know that.
Why are you so calm? Are you trying to say it's a world that has nothing to do with you? We.
Asakura's teeth grinding echoed. It's you who's saying it's a world that has nothing to do with me, Mr. Asakura. It sounds like you're trying to convince yourself.
What did you say?
I had to give up halfway because of my disability, but I feel like it was for the best. Even if I worked hard and was called a promising player, not even 1/10 of us can make it to the J-League. Asakura, who still plays in a social team, knows this better than anyone.
You loser!
Just as Asakura slammed the desk, the door to the reception room opened, and 2 women entered. One was Hinako-chan, and the other wasn't her manager.
I see. And just as Hinako told me, it seems like some discipline is needed here.
Asakura and I hurriedly stood up. I had met this woman many times before. Huh? Kanako-san?
It's been a while, Shutaku. I never thought we'd meet again by chance through work. Maybe it's fate.
Kanako-san smiled at me, and then turned a sharp gaze towards Asakura.
I'm Kanako Satomi, president of Satomi Agency.
I'm...
I know, Keiji Asakura. I had your work attitude and evaluation checked, but strangely, they're not bad. Why are you only so harsh towards Shutaka... Mr. Kido? Tell me.
That's...
You don't have to answer, but in that case, I'll have Kokuyo's contract with your company terminated. It will be a unilateral termination, so it will be messy, but it's par for the course in this industry.
Such a thing?
Please wait, Kanako-san. If you do that, it will damage Hinako-chan's career.
That might be true. Well, there is a way we won't be harmed, but that's not important right now.
That's right. I can't just stand by and watch Shuta-san be ridiculed.
Or you could step down. I wouldn't mind that either. You know the connection between your company and ours, right? I can have the representative replaced. We can't do good work with a representative who ridicules their partner.
Ugh.
Kanako-san, I don't think Asakura is making fun of me. I think...
What do you mean?
Asakura was my rival in the soccer club in high school.
Huh? Is that so? But it didn't sound like you had a casual relationship where you could freely exchange banter.
My soccer club days had quite an impact on Kanako-san. That's right, it was closer to a hostile relationship. Honestly, I was tired of his snide remarks every time we worked together. But it was strange. If he just hated me, there were ways to avoid me. Asakura is the client. If he wanted to, he could have removed me as the representative, but he didn't.
Isn't it because he enjoys making fun of you?
Maybe, but Asakura didn't seem to be enjoying it. He always seemed to be squeezing out his snide remarks like he was trying to get something off his chest. And he never once mocked my leg. If he wanted to ridicule me, that would be the easiest way.
Mr. Asakura, Mr. Kido is saying this. Do you have anything to say?
Damn it! I hate that knowing attitude of yours. You were always like that, weren't you? You were shining brighter than me, yet you withdrew so easily. And on top of that, you're living contentedly. While I'm still struggling.
Asakura's expression twists in anguish. So you were suffering?
Huh? No, that's not it. I love playing soccer. I continued playing because I wanted to.
At that moment, a single tear traced a path down Asakura's cheek.
Why am I crying? Damn it, don't look at me! Don't pity me!
Asakura, wait!
Don't come near me!
Asakura suddenly stood up and rushed out of the reception room.
Clinging to past glory and obsessing over soccer wouldn't fulfill his old dreams or bring him satisfaction. He couldn't accept that reality.
Later, after Kokyu's project was finished, Kaneko-san invited me to a fancy restaurant.
I'm sorry about the other day. I couldn't just stand by and watch you being ridiculed.
No, you helped me. Thanks to you, it's become easier to work, and it was a good opportunity for Asakura to face himself.
How has Mr. Asakura been since then?
I heard from his successor that he kept being absent without leave and ended up being fired. Of course, he also withdrew from the company's soccer club.
He was fired?
Did I go a little too far?
No, I think it was the push he needed to get his life moving again, so it's okay. Well, whether he can find a new path is up to him. It won't be easy.
You seem to understand him even though you didn't get along.
Now that you mention it, that's true. I guess it's because we were rivals after all. Asakura, who kept chasing the dream of soccer and suffered. If I hadn't become disabled, that could have been me. Life is full of ups and downs. In a long life, there are fun and happy times, and there are also hard and sad times. But what is happiness and what is unhappiness is not so easy to discern.
You've become such a fine man, Shutaka.
Thank you. Hinako-chan has also become a wonderful young lady.
I actually intended for you to meet again after she became an adult.
I was promised that I could meet you again when I became a proper adult, so I worked hard.
It took a lot of convincing, you know. Even when I told her that you distanced yourself for her sake, she wouldn't listen at all.
I still haven't completely accepted it, you know, but I've recently started to understand your feelings. I used to worry that you suddenly started hating me.
I'm sorry. I should have explained things to you back then when I distanced myself.
But it's fate that we met again through work. Shuta-san, do you have a girlfriend now?
No, unfortunately, work is my lover.
Then, I'll reserve you. I'll become a wonderful adult, and then you can be my boyfriend. A 10-year age gap is normal these days.
Overwhelmed by Hinako-chan's assertiveness, I looked at Kaneko-san for help, but she was calmly drinking her wine.
Well, if you're okay with it, Shutaka, I won't object. Hinako has worked hard too.
Really? I was flustered, but I was smiling. That's because it was undoubtedly a happy time.
The factory's performance has been worsening. Sorry, but... I understand. It was a cold winter. I, Suguru Inubosaki, was laid off from the sheet metal factory where I had worked for 2 years since high school. The severance pay was slightly enhanced. I was told a month ago that my severance pay would be a little higher. And now, 1 month later, at the age of 20, I had become a high school graduate and unemployed. Is it really just due to poor management? Or could it be because of my background? I kept thinking about these pointless things while being swayed in the packed train.
Please, stop!
I heard a whispering voice, and when I looked, I saw a man and a woman awkwardly pressed together. Hey, what the hell are you doing? Get off the train, now!
Thank you.
Wait, we were both consenting, so please let me go. I was taken aback by the groper's excuse and instinctively looked at the woman.
I didn't consent at all.
Her firm words didn't seem like a lie. Look, this is what you've been talking to, right? The post had details that matched the woman's description and included a picture that was clearly of her. It seems like it's a platform where people with that kind of interest can match up. Look, this! You're the one I've been talking to, right? There's a post that matches the woman's description, and there's even a photo that clearly shows who she is.
I don't know anything about this.
Oh, so you've been framed. Do you have any idea who might hold a grudge against you? The woman trembled even more as if something came to mind. See? Now you get it right. I was tricked too, so let me go. The one who posted this is at fault, but that doesn't mean you're blameless. Ultimately, the decision will be made by the courts, but you should at least be willing to answer some questions. After talking to the station staff, the groper was taken to the police. We were told it might be late for questioning, so we decided to go home for the day. The woman was visibly shaken, so I took her to a cafe to calm down. She seems to have calmed down a bit. What should I call you?
Oh, sorry. I'm Akane Masuda, a college student from the neighborhood. Thank you for earlier.
Akane Masuda, huh? I'm Suguru Inubosaki. Nice to meet you.
Inubosaki?
That's a rare last name, right? Anyway, that thing earlier, that was definitely a crime, right? It seemed like she had an idea about it.
Actually, I'm being targeted by a stalker.
The next day, after the police questioning, I was with Akane at the station.
Sorry, Inobosaki-san. Thank you for coming all the way here for me.
It's fine. I'm just looking for a job, so it's no trouble. We've already reported the stalker to the police, but they said they can't do anything unless there's concrete harm. Also, even when I mentioned the groping board, they said it's unclear whether it's connected. So for now, I promised to ride the train with her.
At first, it was small oddities, like things disappearing around me. Then I started getting silent phone calls and strange letters at home. And it started feeling like someone was following me, gradually escalating to a point where I couldn't ignore it.
And then yesterday happened. Akane nodded. Even with all this harm, the police could only patrol occasionally. Despite being scared, she still tried to attend university seriously.
I'm sorry for taking advantage of your kindness, Inobusaki-san.
Maeda-san sighed and hung her head slightly. It's not your fault, Maeda-san. Don't worry about it. This is just something we got ourselves into, so feel free to ask me if there's anything I can do. Although, honestly, I don't really know what I can do either. Hey, Maeda-chan. Good morning. Unexpectedly, a man spoke to Maeda.
Senior Miyashita? We're on the same train.
Who?
Oh, he's a senior from my club. Senior Miyashita, this is my friend Inobosaki-san.
Hey there. What's this? Maeda-chan's boyfriend? Miyashita looked me over, sizing me up.
No! He's just a friend I've been talking to about some things.
We only met yesterday. I made it clear to Maeda that I was just a friend, not wanting to affect her relationships with others. Before long, we reached the closest station to Maeda's university. Well then, I've got a first period class to get to, so I'll hurry on.
Huh? But the first period started more than 15 minutes ago. Doesn't that mean you're already late?
It's fine, it's fine. The professor doesn't take attendance. With that, Miyashita laughed and hurried off. What a lively senior. Well then, Maeda-san, get in touch when your classes are over. Let's meet here.
Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you so much.
On another day. Today, the train wasn't as crowded since we were riding after the midday classes.
I'm sorry for bothering you so much, Inobasaki-san. I've been a nuisance to your job search.
It's fine, really. I found a part-time night shift job for now.
Night shifts? Is it because of me?
Well, yeah, sort of. The hours are flexible, so it works out. But it was an urgent hiring need, and the job fit well, so it's just lucky.
Why are you doing all this for me?
I don't know. I just couldn't leave you alone. I hope I wasn't a nuisance.
No, I'm really happy.
She smiled brightly again.
But I feel bad just receiving, so I'll treat you to some sweets next time.
I'm looking forward to it. What an amazing cream! I've never seen pancakes like this before.
I'll treat you today as a thank you for everything. Please eat as much as you want. You can have seconds too.
I don't think I can have seconds. But this is really good. Thanks.
I could probably have 3 servings.
Really?
By the way, I know this might be a bit late to ask, but Suguru, do you have a girlfriend? If you do, I feel bad taking so much of your time. If you have one, I should meet her and explain things. Apologize.
Oh, nah, it's fine. I don't have anyone.
Really? That's a relief. No, never mind.
On the way home, we were casually walking around the streets.
There haven't been any issues on the train either, so I think I can manage riding alone soon. Thanks again for sticking with me.
Is everything okay with you?
Things have been quiet on my side as well. Maybe the stalker gave up because you've been nearby.
Well, if something happens again, just feel free to talk to me.
Thank you so much. And if it's okay, I'd like to ask something.
Akane hesitates for a moment, but then, with determination, she says,
Will you be my boyfriend?
First, I was shocked. Then, a feeling of happiness naturally welled up. But then, another emotion starts to well up, holding me back. It's something about my past. I'm happy, but sorry. I think it's better if you don't. I hesitate. After a brief pause, I said, My father is a murderer. There's a beat of silence after I speak. Then, trying to cover it up. Sorry, I've kept quiet for so long. But it's the truth. The other day, that might have been the reason I was laid off.
Suguru,
Anyway, I'm sorry. But we're still friends, and if you ever need help, feel free to reach out. I interrupted Akane before she could say anything more. If you want, just give me a call sometime. Thanks for today. See ya. I left the scene quickly, almost running away. After that, I didn't get a call from Akane for a while. But that was to be expected, considering I told her about my background. I feel bad for what I did to her. My father was a doctor, but he intentionally killed one of his patients. Now, he's serving time. He had prepared money for my college tuition, but I couldn't accept him for what he did. So, I left home and started working right after high school. You look down. Did you have a breakup or something? Huh? I was asked unexpectedly while resting in the security room, and I was caught off guard. Oh? Did I hit the nail on the head? No, it's not like that. Well, when you're young, you go through a lot. So, worry about it, young man. So, what kind of girl is she? Cute? Beautiful? My senior, either bored or in a late-night mood, presses on without listening to what I have to say. It's not a breakup or anything, but my friend's being harassed by a stalker. That's no good at all. In that case, You've got to protect her. Yeah, but I rejected her confession. Because of that, we stopped talking. It's just, I don't know how to reach out anymore. Why did you reject her? Was she not your type? Or is there someone else you like? No, I just felt like I wasn't good enough for her. Your self-esteem's pretty low, huh? When you're young, it's better to be a little arrogant, you know? Also, considering the situation, it's not good to leave her alone, is it? My senior's advice made sense, but... Alright, I'll go do a routine patrol. I hurriedly left the security room and began my patrol through the shopping center, holding a flashlight. The place was quiet, and only my footsteps echoed in the silence. It almost felt like someone was following me. I stopped and shone the flashlight behind me. A quick shadow passed, heightening my anxiety. Even though I knew it was just my imagination, I felt uneasy. How much fear was Akane feeling? I can't just leave her. With that thought in mind, I continued on my usual patrol route. The next day, I came to Akane's closest station. It was already dark, but since it was near the station, there was still a fair amount of people. I knew Akane's class schedule because we had been together earlier. She should have had lectures until the end today, so it should be about time. This feels like I'm the one following her now, I thought to myself as I watched the crowd for about 10 minutes. I'm glad she's okay. What should I do? Should I say something or not? Just as I was feeling relieved, I was lost in thought. Akane stopped to buy something, and a man stood right behind her. He was wearing a hoodie with the hood pulled down. As Akane started moving, he began walking too. That guy, isn't he following Akane? No way, it must be just a coincidence. But I was getting more concerned, so I decided to follow them, keeping a safe distance. It's a busy street, so maybe it's just a coincidence we're all heading the same way. But the timing of when they stopped or started walking matched too well. Could it really just be a coincidence? I swallowed hard and held my breath to avoid being noticed. I observed them for a while and became certain. The man was definitely following Akane. Also, Akane kept glancing over her shoulder from time to time. It seemed she realized she was being followed. I'm sure of it. Should I jump out from behind and catch him? No, the evidence isn't enough to turn him over to the police. If he insists it's just a coincidence, that's the end of it. I need something more conclusive. I continued tailing them. Soon, we walked further into a quiet residential area. The street was dimly lit, with only a few streetlights. Akane must be feeling really uneasy being followed on a street like this. As I followed them, I typed a message on my phone to update the situation. There is a suspicious person behind Akane right now. I'm trailing behind him. I'll catch him when I find decisive proof, so don't worry. I hope this helps ease your anxiety. The sound of a message notification rings through the quiet night, and the man freezes, halting his steps. Akane also stops and turns around abruptly.
There you are, stalker! I'm not running anymore! Come out now!
Huh? Akane, what are you? I was startled, but as the man moved, I rushed to close the distance. The man, hesitating for a moment, stepped forward and faced Akane. After a brief pause, the man reached for Akane. Stop! I caught up and swatted the man's hand away. He jumped back, surprised. The man gritted his teeth, then quickly turned to flee. I won't let you escape. Let me go. I held the man in a lock from behind. The man struggled and tried to escape, and in the process, his hood fell off, revealing his face.
Wait! Miyashita-senpai? What are you doing?
It turned out that the man was none other than Miyashita, Akane's senior from the club. Damn, it's you again. You've been trying to ruin my plan to get closer to Akane on the train, and now this. The suspicious board from earlier. It turned out Miyashita was the one who posted Akane's information on it. Such selfish reasons. He struggles and breaks free from my grip. You think you're a prince? I know who you are, the son of the murder doctor, right? I figured it out from your name. So what? You and Akane don't match at all. Akane's mother, Natsuki Masuda, was the victim of that murder doctor. What? Miyashita's words hit like a hammer, shocking me. I guess you didn't know. What a twisted coincidence. There is no way Akane could be happy with someone like you around. Forget about someone like this, Akane.
No, I knew. When I first met Suguru, I had a feeling because of his name, so I looked it up. But my feelings have nothing to do with that.
What do you mean? After your parent was murdered?
But Suguru, the son, has nothing to do with it. Besides, there's no way I'd ever like a stalker. I hate Miyashita-senpai. I don't ever want to see his face again.
What's so good about the son of a murderer? He said it bitterly, but my intimidating glare made him back off. Wait, I'll turn you over to the police.
You don't need to chase him. Now that we know it's Miyashita-senpai, that's enough. We have proof of the silent phone calls and letters, and with this, we should be able to make an accusation.
We watch as Miyashita disappears into the darkness. We decided to calm down by heading to a nearby family restaurant. I can't believe your mom was a victim of my father.
Please don't say victim. The media unfairly sensationalized the idea of a doctor killing a patient. But for my mom, that was actually a relief.
At the time, the media was largely critical of my father. Neither he nor my mother ever fought back against the accusations. They accepted the criticism silently. That's why I've always seen my father's actions as evil and couldn't accept them.
Suguru, do you know about my mom?
No. I only know that my father abandoned his duty as a doctor and illegally euthanized her.
Yes. My mom had ALS.
ALS, which is amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, I think.
Her body started to fail at a young age, and she suffered from pain that even morphine couldn't alleviate. My mom had lost hope in life.
But my father didn't follow the proper procedures.
It was still for her sake. There was a way that didn't involve any crime, but it required time for observations and diagnosis from multiple doctors. That meant more time for my mom to suffer. So my father took a gamble and gave her a swift death.
A gamble?
He risked being charged with a crime to give her quick relief. As a result, my father was convicted for not following the correct procedures. He even tried to get a reduced sentence, but it was no use. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison for assisted suicide.
Akane is looking down sadly.
I'm sorry. Because of what happened with my mom and us, I ended up ruining your family's life.
My parents never said a word about it.
Whatever was said afterward wouldn't change the fact that he was found guilty. I guess that's why. That's why please don't call us victims. In fact, Suguru's father is our benefactor. Also, even if what Dr. Inobosaki did was wrong for us, that doesn't make you, his son, a criminal. You're not Dr. Inobosaki. You're Suguru Inobosaki, a kind person who reaches out to strangers.
My eyes grew warm with emotion. I guess this was the reassurance I had been seeking all along.
Thank you, Suguru. Because of you, I was saved.
A cold tear trickled down my cheek. It felt like, for the first time in a long time, someone had truly seen me. Later, thanks to Akane's report, Miyashita received a restraining order. Furthermore, his actions were revealed at the university, and he was expelled. On the other hand, I visited my father for the first time in 3 years since his conviction. Dad, you helped a person, didn't you? It wasn't something noble. I was just a murderer. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm sorry I made you suffer. No, I finally understood. I'm going back home. And I'm going to use the university funds you set aside for me. I want to go to college. I may have taken a long detour, but I'll become a great person, just like you. Thank you. Tears welled up in my father's eyes. I'll be waiting for you to finish your sentence and come home. After the visit, I reunited with Akane, who had been waiting outside the prison.
How is your father? Is he doing well?
Yeah, he seems fine. Also, I was able to reconcile with him. Thanks for everything you taught me.
I'm just glad to have been of help.
Akane smiled kindly. There was still something I hadn't done, though. Now, it was my turn to confess. I rejected you that day, but I like you. Please go out with me.
Huh? Is it okay for someone like me? I know I'm the one confessing, but I felt like I've burdened you too. I've been feeling guilty about it, wondering if I was too bold.
That's not true. I was wrong. It was my fault for not trying to understand my father. But more than anything, the misunderstanding has been cleared up. I've decided that I'll be proud of my father. Not following the law is wrong, but that doesn't necessarily make someone who broke the law a bad person. This time, my father committed a crime to fulfill his patient's wishes as quickly as possible. He became a criminal to save a life.
I'm glad. So let's start again. Please, let's be together.
For those of us who live under the law is absolute. But when breaking the law is the only way to save someone's life, what should we do? Should we follow the law and let a life slip away? Or should we break the law and save a life? What do you think is the right answer?
Oh, it's already this late. Thank you for always listening to me. It's because of your company, Takachiho-san, that we've been able to get so many customers.
No, thank you. Please feel free to talk to me anytime. I've met so many people today and heard so many stories. Sales is the best job. I'm Ryo Takachiho, 29 years old. I work for an IT venture company that operates a popular coupon site. Although door-to-door sales is generally considered a tough job, it's the perfect environment for me right now. Because, after all, real-life stories are great material for my writing. My dream is to become a novelist, and I want to depict life stories full of human emotions, both greedy and beautiful. Of course, I don't just directly use each story, but focus on the emotions and thought processes leading up to them. I would be completely happy if I could win an award in the contest. I've applied to many publishers, but I haven't debuted yet. But I believe these everyday experiences will one day pay off, so I continue with this job. Takachiho, I've submitted the new contract report for you since you're so slow. I had just returned to the office when Shoichi, my senior, who is 3 years ahead of me and the CEO's son, spoke to me. Thank you, but I'll handle my own work, so please focus on your tasks, Shoichi. What a cheeky guy. You should be grateful that I, the CEO's son, am helping you out. What help? You always change the name of the responsible person to yours and take all the credit for it. Shoichi, taking advantage of his position, has been spreading the word that contracts I or other employees secured are his achievements. The CEO pampers Shoichi, recognizing his son's accomplishments, and the other employees are frustrated, but can't say anything. Well, ironically, this experience has been useful for my writing. When I vent my frustration towards Shoichi and the CEO into my writing, my pen flows naturally. And by turning negative emotions into energy, I feel like my expressive power has expanded. So, I consider the environment here, both inside and outside the company, as great for gathering material for my writing. One day, as I was about to head to a client's office, Shoichi stopped me with a smug smile. "Hey Takachiho, today's presentation would be risky with just you, so I'll go with you." The client we are visiting today is LK News, a major news site. I've done all the preliminary negotiations alone to make this partnership happen. If this succeeds, our company's website's traffic will definitely increase, and it will be a major achievement. No, I'm fine alone. I've been negotiating with them by myself up until now. Huh? Don't talk back. This is a direct order from the CEO. It's probably a lie, but Shoichi will likely report it as if it were his idea anyway. I know he's trying to steal my credit, but I don't have time to argue now. Alright, let's go together. He definitely wants the contract, so he won't try to sabotage me in the negotiation. I'll let him tag along. I decided to go with Shoichi since time was running out. When we got near the client's office, we found an elderly man in traditional clothing, gasping for breath. "Are you alright?" I quickly ran to him and kneeled down. "Shall I call an ambulance?" "No, the medicine. It's in my bag." "The medicine, right? I'll open your bag." "Hey, what are you doing? We don't have time for this. We're late for the presentation at LK News." "I can't just leave someone in distress." "Call them or let them know we'll be a little late." "What? Are you stupid? Being late is unacceptable. I'll go alone. You help the old man." Fine. Do as you wish." The fool who is too kind. I'll take the credit again. The old man starts to recover, and his color begins to return. "Thank you. You saved me." I'm glad to hear that. But should we go to the hospital just to be safe? I accompanied the old man to his regular hospital in a taxi. On the way, the man wanted to thank me and asked for my business card. Although I initially refused, I ended up giving the man my card after he insisted. After dropping the man off at the hospital, I called the client to explain and apologized. Shoichi handles the excuse well, as expected. He's good at looking good when it comes to claiming credit. Although Shoichi's presentation wasn't anything special, the materials were praised, and the client seemed positive about proceeding with the contract. "If we secure this deal, it'll be thanks to the excellence of my presentation." Shoichi had nothing to do with the preparation of the materials, but he's determined to take the credit. I, suppressing my anger, calmly countered Shoichi's boastful attitude. "Don't you care whether that man is okay?" "That old man? Why would I care? You abandoned your work this time. You're unfit for the job." "What do you mean, old man? What do you think human life is?" "I left the presentation to you, but I'm still continuing as the lead on this. This is the project I've been nurturing." I forced myself to stay calm and argue back, but he just smiled smugly. A bad feeling starts to creep in as the CEO arrives in the office. "Hey Shoichi, you've done great work!" "Thank you, Dad. Well, it's only natural for me to get these results." "Meanwhile, Takachiho-kun, despite your work up until now, what's with you just leaving everything to others at the last minute?" "Leave everything? Human life was at stake." "Anyway, you'll be reassigned from this case. I'm giving it to my son." Once again, I was robbed of the credit by Shoichi. Well, this experience will definitely be useful for my novel. I try to convince myself as I continue working, and one day, I head to the reception area for a meeting with a client, when suddenly I'm greeted by a familiar face. "Thank you again for your help the other day. I'm feeling much better now." The man I helped and a young woman are there. They came all the way here using the business card I gave him.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry for the delay in expressing my gratitude.
The woman introduces herself as Yurina Miyakonojo, the man's granddaughter. It's nothing. I was just doing what anyone would do. I'm glad you're feeling better. No, it was a big deal for me.
My grandfather is currently writing a retirement memoir novel, and he almost disappointed all of his fans.
What? A retirement memoir novel? No way!
Could it be that you knew? My grandfather is Shigenare Miyakonojo. He's a novelist writing under his real name.
What? Shigenari Miyakonojo himself? I'm such a big fan! I'm amazed! I'm glad to know I have such young fans. I don't appear in the media, so very few people know my face. I had no idea you were such a renowned author. I read your serialized work every week, and I really enjoy it.
Thank you. Thanks to that, I'll be able to continue my serialized work without any issues.
By the way, Takachiho-kun, there's something I would like to ask you. The atmosphere changes as Shigenari's expression becomes serious. Although my body is starting to give away, my hearing hasn't diminished. When you helped me the other day, you had a companion with you. I remember hearing your companion say, "I'll take the credit." What did that mean? I've been curious about that. Well, he's the son of the CEO of this company, so he tends to act on his own quite a lot. I see. I guess it's not good to talk too much to outsiders, huh? I try to keep it vague, but Shigenari seems to have picked up on something. He then looks at Yurina and whispers something in her ear. No, it's about us. Thank you for sharing that, Takachiho-kun.
There may be some changes in your company going forward, but please don't feel responsible for it.
What does that mean? I ask, but both of them just smile knowingly. Maybe ignorance is bliss after all.
By the way, Takachiho-kun, could you spare some time later? I feel like I've known you for a long time.
Really? I'm afraid I don't recall. Sorry.
No, don't worry about it. I'll check on it myself.
It's a bit of an unsatisfactory conversation, but we left it there for the day. At that moment, in the CEO's office, a secretive conversation was unfolding. Shoichi, don't overdo it. Leave it to me, Dad. I'm sure the bill for Ginza's charges is piling up, right? Yeah, but I'm sure you're in the same boat, huh? Don't worry, the world's full of naive fools. Everything's fine. A few days passed, and strange rumors started spreading around the office.
Someone was approached by a recruiter outside the office, asking about their treatment and other details. Really? Me too. A colleague from the sales department and a senior from the general affairs department were also approached. Same recruiter, probably. What's this? Everyone's being approached? I was hoping to get headhunted. Something strange, right? They didn't even give us their business cards. But honestly, with the CEO's son running things, I wouldn't mind leaving the company if I could find a better job.
A few days later, I was invited by Yurina to a cafe on my day off.
Sorry for troubling you on your day off.
No, it's fine. But what did you want to talk about?
I've remembered why I felt like I knew you, Takachiho-san. I've read your novel before.
Huh? But I haven't even been published yet.
Actually, I work as a book editor at Love Koi Publishing. I'm also a first-round judge for our company's novel contest. And that's how your name stayed in my memory.
What? You're a judge? I didn't know that. But I can't believe you remember my work. I did apply to the Love Koi contest, but I thought there must be so many submissions, so I didn't expect to stand out.
It was because your novel was so striking. The way you captured the depth of human emotions and the subtle nuances of the characters. I was really impressed. I always wondered what kind of person could write something like that. Unfortunately, your work didn't make it past the second round of the contest. But personally, I still think it should have been published.
That's very humbling.
I want you to keep writing, no matter what happens in the future. That's why I wanted to express my support for you today.
It means a lot. Thank you so much. It would be a lie to say I wasn't embarrassed, but more than that, I felt like everything up to this point had finally paid off.
Also, I have a suggestion for your future, Takachiho-san. Would you consider resigning from your current job?
Huh?
I can't explain it in detail right now.
After hearing what Yurina said, I opened my eyes wide, but understood and decided to accept the offer, as I didn't feel any loyalty to the company. Soon after, I submitted my resignation. I hadn't been spending money on anything other than writing, so I had enough savings to get by until I found a new job. Our company was about to see a huge boost in performance due to the LK News project, but you made a foolish decision, huh? Well, if someone doesn't have foresight, it's no surprise they leave the company. It's better that way, isn't it? Despite the CEO and Shoichi's final insults. Dad, this is bad. LK News just contacted us. They want to cancel the partnership. What? A few days after I resigned, the situation changed completely. I don't understand why. We were so close to finalizing everything. Damn it, I'm going to go and ask them directly. Shoichi immediately storms over to LK News. But when he arrives, it was not the person he expected. Oh, you are... Oh, have you already forgotten? I'm the old man you abandoned the other day.
You were quite rude to my grandfather, weren't you?
Shigenari and Yurina smile coldly at Shoichi. He probably didn't fully understand the situation, so it seemed that Shoichi had realized that they were somehow connected to LK News. He hurriedly bowed his head to Shigenari and Yurina. I'm really sorry for my rude behavior the other day. But why are you two here? I'm Shigenari Miyakonojo, a novelist. My granddaughter works at Love Koi Publishing. Now that I've said that, you should understand why we are here. Actually, LK News is a subsidiary of Love Koi Publishing, and Shigenari is a major shareholder of LK News. Together, Shigenari and Love Koi Publishing own more than half of the shares. The other day, you mentioned LK News. When I looked into it further, I found out that LK News and your company were in negotiations.
So, we informed the people at LK News through Love Koi Publishing about the facts as they were. But... Just because you're major shareholders doesn't mean you can do whatever you want with the company, right? Are you saying we're privatizing this company? That's exactly what you're doing, isn't it? We were about to finalize the partnership deal. The deal with LK News would have been highly beneficial to them too. Yet, you've come barging in and ruined everything. Don't you get it? The reason LK News won't sign with your company is because of employees like you. You abandoned someone in need, berated your subordinates, and stole their achievements. I've done some digging. I've looked into your work and your father, the CEO. As a result, I simply don't believe that your company can walk the same path as LK News. LK News is at the forefront of preserving literary culture. The world of novels and magazines has been declining, and print media is dying. I don't want to involve your company in something that important. Realizing that the contract can't be revived,
Shoichi glares at Shigenari and Yurina with an angry expression, while Shigenari and Yurina remain calm. Don't mess with me! We've already made an advanced investment in new businesses in anticipation of this deal! This whole thing was based on the deal being finalized. How are you going to take responsibility for this? Your rash advanced investment is none of our responsibility.
I've spoken to the people at LK News. They said that after your charge of responsibilities, the deal becomes less likely. With or without us, the deal would have fallen through eventually.
Damn it! How can you say that? I'll consult with my father, and I'll get revenge for this. How are you going to get revenge? You haven't even finalized the contract, and there wasn't even a verbal agreement. I'm curious to see how you plan to get your revenge.
Though I'm not sure if you have the strength left to do anything.
What? You're talking nonsense. Just wait. With that, Shoichi storms out of the meeting room. Soon after, Shoichi's and his father's company's financial situation took a turn for the worse. It was all due to their reckless advanced investment based on the potential LK News deal. And their suffering didn't end there. This is bad! Dad! What now? Look at this! In his hand is a weekly magazine published by Lovekoi Publishing. The headline reads, "The Dark Side of a Popular Coupon Site Company." Yurina had tipped off a colleague in the weekly magazine editorial department, and a reporter had thoroughly investigated the article. It turns out the recruiter who had approached the employees was a reporter from Lovekoi Publishing. It was written that I had been engaging in power harassment, using my position as the CEO's son to steal my subordinates' contracts. And furthermore, funds from contracts were deposited into personal accounts for embezzlement and used for drinking expenses in Ginza. Even the CEO, his father, silently approved of this. The embezzlement was led by him? What does this mean? How did it get out? Yes, Shoichi and his father had been embezzling money for personal use. I didn't know everything, but Yurina had informed me that the company was sinking, which is why I had resigned before getting caught up in this mess. Before I left, I had informed the employees who were resentful of Shoichi and his father about this. Of course, I made sure to be careful not to violate any laws. So now, the only people left in the company are those still benefiting from the nepotism of Shoichi and his father. Soon, the company was in complete turmoil.
Excuse me, this is Geretsu News. Can we have a quick comment?
Kiddo TV here. Are you planning to run away? Please hold a press conference.
Oh! Shoichi and his father, standing while getting bombarded by camera flashes, have nowhere to escape.
Could you tell us what's going on? Please be clear.
They stammer and fail to make excuses, continuing to be attacked by the press. In the end, they just made things worse for themselves. Naturally, the bank pulled out, and Shoichi and his father were completely cornered. They were arrested for embezzlement, along with the employees who had supported them. Damn it! How did this happen? Those old fool and the granddaughter! They shouldn't have interfered! At this point, blaming someone else is out of the question. This is all the result of their own actions. In the end, the company went bankrupt without a CEO. Meanwhile, I had found a new job and was continuing my writing activities. Thank you for helping me back then. If I hadn't resigned, I might have gotten caught up in something terrible.
No, it was only natural since you helped my grandfather. Also, as the first fan who fell in love with your talent, I wanted to help you. Well, when I say fell in love, I mean with your talent, not in a weird way.
Yurina suddenly blushes and looks down, while I smile and hold her hand. I'll definitely win a newcomer award with my next work and debut. When that happens, will you go out with me?
Yes, I'd be happy to.
There were times when I almost gave up because I wasn't seeing results, but I kept going, believing that someday someone would recognize my efforts. Just like those two, who I met through a strange twist of fate. Now, Ryo-kun, will your next novel be based on your married life?
Grandpa, hold on. Neo and I just started dating, so that's a little too soon to talk about.
After that, I made my debut as a novelist, and a few years later, my name became widely known. And the surprise came even later, when people found out I was married to the granddaughter of Shigenari Miyakonojo. It's been a while since I went outside. I've been cooped up at home lately, so I'm seriously out of shape. My name is Yuzuru Sawamura, a 38-year-old masked novelist without much fame.
Oh, this is the new release everyone's been talking about, right? Wow, I'm thinking of giving it a read. I've been curious about it too. I heard there's already talk of a movie adaptation.
Nowadays, there are plenty of online platforms where you can share your work, making the path to becoming a novelist more open than ever. In fact, I made my debut after winning the grand prize in a contest on one of those platforms. When I was little, my favorite thing was to have my mom read me picture books every night before bed. Mom, why does this boy keep going even though it's so tough for him?
Well, what do you think, Yuzu? Mommy thinks.
Talking about the books with my mom was something I always looked forward to. Before long, I started coming up with my own stories, and I would ask my mom for her thoughts. Seeing her happy face as she read my stories, that was the first step toward my dream of becoming a novelist. I fulfilled my dream, but for some reason, my heart still feels heavy. I wish I could have shown it to you, Mom. My mom passed away when I was in middle school due to an illness. Maybe it's the absence of my mom, who was the origin of my dream, that's weighing on my heart. When I get home, I'll put this on her altar. That thought was in my mind as I left the store. A wave of dizziness hit me, and I crouched down instinctively. Damn, I haven't walked this much in a while. It must be the anemia again. I can faintly hear people whispering and glancing at me, but I can't lift my head. Just as despair began to well up inside me, thinking, here we go again, it happened.
Are you okay?
A woman hurried over and started rubbing my back, trying her best to help me. Hey, Horiuchi, what are you doing? We've got an appointment to get to. Forget that broke-looking guy.
Should I call an ambulance? If there's anything I can do to help, please let me know.
Thank you. But don't you have an important appointment to get to? I'll be fine.
You're looking too pale to just leave you here.
The woman, called Horiuchi, said firmly without hesitation, while the man with her grumbled irritably.
Don't worry about him. Just take a deep breath and relax. Toritaka-senpai, I'm sorry, but I don't think I can make it to today's appointment. Could you handle it for me?
What? Are you kidding me? You're just going to bail on a job you already accepted?
Feel free to report me or whatever. I'll explain the situation to the client myself.
While still supporting my body, she firmly rejected his demands. Toritaka clicked his tongue in annoyance, and, giving up, turned on his heel to leave. Tch! Weakling. Should have just stayed home and let your mommy take care of you. And you! Flirting with a guy like that won't get you anywhere, you country bumpkin! Even after hearing such heartless words, she stayed by my side, offering her kindness. I'm so sorry. This is all my fault.
Please don't apologize. I made this choice on my own, so you're not to blame. If anything, I should be the one apologizing for how awful my colleague was.
No, I mean, you were working, right? Is everything okay with that?
Yes. To tell you the truth, I was just dragged along. I don't really care about the rest.
She spoke in an unbothered, matter-of-fact tone, and somehow, that put me at ease. 3 days after that, I invited Horiuchi Nozomi out to lunch to thank her. Thank you again for helping me the other day, Horiuchi-san. Please order whatever you like. It's my treat today.
Thank you very much. How are you feeling since then?
I'm fine. I think the dizziness was just because I hadn't walked that much in a while. I have anemia, and I've often fainted since I was a kid. It's a little embarrassing.
It's nothing to be embarrassed about. Only those who have anemia can really understand how hard it is. When I saw you crouching there, my body moved on its own before I knew it. You never know what kind of struggles someone is going through, so I just want to help when I see someone in need. Don't worry about work either. It's really okay.
She's so kind. Horiuchi-san said it as if it were the most natural thing in the world. And then, she started looking at the menu with sparkling eyes. Horiuchi-san, what kind of work do you do?
I work as a delivery staff for Love Dinner. I deliver bento boxes directly to customers, and I find the job very rewarding.
I see. That sounds like a wonderful job.
Yuzuru-san, are you feeling okay? You don't look too well.
I'm fine. I'm just impressed with your delivery job. It sounds amazing. After that, I told her that I'm a novelist. Since Horiuchi-san loves reading, she listened with eyes full of excitement.
I'll definitely read one of your novels, Yuzuru-san. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, Horiuchi-san. We spent the rest of the day chatting and having a great time, though it was supposed to be me thanking her. Meanwhile, an event was unfolding at Horiuchi-san's workplace that I wasn't aware of. Her workplace is called Love Romance Corporative, a company that not only delivers handmade dinners to its customers, but also manages corporative products in stores. Oh my, Yakumo-kun! You came all the way here to visit us? I'm so sorry for the trouble! The one being found over by the much older branch manager is Yakumo Kakeru, a 38-year-old elite who came from headquarters.
Oh my gosh, he's so handsome. Yakumo-san, the new area manager, is just as dreamy as the rumors said.
As you can see, this man is a dashing heartthrob, adored by all the female employees.
Let's see. Today's deliveries are...
Horiuchi-san's role is to deliver dinner bento boxes to customers' homes. Horiuchi-san, good work. How's everything going?
Good work, sir. I'm getting used to the job, thanks to your support.
That's good to hear. If you ever have any problems, don't hesitate to contact headquarters.
Yes, thank you very much.
Hey, you! You weren't trying to play the helpless girl act with Yakumo-san, were you?
As soon as Yakumo left the office, Yokuno Kyuka, who started working at the same time as Horiuchi-san, snapped at her. She crossed her arms, glaring down at the smaller Horiuchi.
That's not it at all. I just spoke with him once at headquarters.
Aha! So you did! Don't think you're going to get ahead just because a handsome guy's looking out for you.
That's not true.
Here, you're taking my delivery route today.
What? But...
Oh? It's fine, right? What if the customers go hungry because you didn't deliver their meals? Think of their sad, empty bellies.
Yokuno didn't like that the other employees took notice of Horiuchi-san's efforts, so she frequently dumped her work on her. That sounds awful. Since that day, Horiuchi and I had been keeping in touch. Today, we watched a movie together and then came to this park. And just now, I heard about what's been happening at her workplace. My expression hardened.
Yes, I could handle it because my delivery load isn't too high. But it's frustrating that I can't speak up for myself. Actually, the day we met, my senior dragged me along to help with his sales visits.
I found out that Toritaka works in sales for Love Romance Corporative and often makes Horiuchi help him with his pitches.
I really need to get home after this.
A rich old guy said he's willing to listen if it's about you. You should be grateful I'm giving you work, you useless nobody.
Ha! Right? Have fun!
Horiuchi even tried consulting the branch manager about the constant work being dumped on her. In this office, we all help each other out. That's what makes a good team. Do you think you're special or something? With that kind of attitude, you'll never make it here. There were even people before you who used their health issues as an excuse to inconvenience everyone else. The branch manager's response was basically telling her to suck it up. In other words, he was just avoiding conflict. And on top of that, he pressured her not to escalate things to headquarters.
Even so, I'm just grateful to have a job. I love what I do and I want to keep going. I don't want to give up.
I don't know all the details of her situation, but her strength and determination really struck me. You're amazing, Horiuchi-san. I ran away from my problems.
Huh?
You're incredible, Horiuchi-san. You helped me without hesitation, and I think you're such a strong and kind person. But why do you push yourself so hard? Why do you say you're just grateful to have a job?
That's because...
We continued talking for about an hour. By the end of it, we promised to meet again, and that day came to a close. If you want to achieve your goals, you can't be picky about how you get there, huh? Yeah, that's exactly how I've lived. That night, Toritaka Jushi was at home, reading a book with a satisfied grin on his face. The author's words really hit home. I can't wait for their next novel. Words are powerful things, aren't they? The way they change depending on the person reading them. So, I'll keep doing whatever it takes. Horiuchi, you'll keep coming along on my sales visits. Of course, the meaning of those words can also be twisted depending on the reader's own interpretation. Meanwhile, I was busy finishing up my latest manuscript, as my deadline loomed closer. Phew, looks like I'm almost done. Because I had been so focused on writing, I hadn't seen Horiuchi-san in a while. Knowing what she was going through at work, I found myself thinking about her more often, which caused my writing to come to a halt. I hope Horiuchi-san is doing okay. Looking on my bookshelf, I noticed the many reference books lined up. Most of them I hadn't touched in years. I reached out for one of those books, but then my phone rang. Hello? Seeing the name on the caller ID, I answered without hesitation. We chatted for a bit before getting to the main topic. Any drowsiness I had from my late-night writing vanished. Yeah, I've made up my mind. Looks like our contract numbers are down. Maybe I'll make that girl help me again. A few days later, Toritaka was still exploiting Horiuchi-san at work. Toritaka-kun? Huh? Yakumo-san? Oh, you're doing another site visit today? Yeah. By the way, Toritaka-kun, would you mind coming to headquarters with me later? There's someone I would like to introduce you to. Huh? Me? Who do you want to introduce me to? When they arrived at headquarters, the person waiting in the conference room was me. Thank you for coming all this way. Nice to meet you. I'm Toritaka. Yes, it's me. I wonder if I look better than that day he ignored me, now that I have a suit on. Yes, we meet again. Do you remember me, Toritaka-san? What? Don't you remember? About a month ago, you walked past a man who was crouched on the side of the road, looking unwell. Toritaka stared at me, clearly not recognizing me. But as my words began to sink in, a faint look of realization appeared on his face. He glanced around nervously, clearly searching for an excuse. Sorry, I don't really remember something like that. Really? I remember it very well. You told your colleague to leave me there because I didn't look like I had any money. You walked right past me, but Horiuchi-san stayed and helped. Toritaka looked flustered. I decided there was no point dragging this out, so I handed him my business card. I apologize for not introducing myself earlier. I'm Sawamura Yuzuru, recently hired by the Love Romance Corporative headquarters. Huh? Wait, you're new here? So you're actually my junior then? For a second there, I thought you were someone important from one of our business partners. The moment he realized I was new, his attitude completely changed. He was clearly the type of person who looked down on anyone he deemed beneath him. What's your tone? What? What did I do wrong? Do you have any idea who you're talking to right now? This man is the one who developed the majority of the systems our company uses every day. Wait, you mean the guy who used to work here? The genius engineer who helped the Love Romance Cooperative grow? That's right. This is Sawamura Yuzuru, my former colleague and my best friend. I joined the Love Romance Corporative as a fresh graduate and worked here for 6 years. I was assigned to the system development team, where I helped build the systems the company still uses today. But, hey, Yuzuru, are you okay? Over time, my health began to deteriorate, and I started collapsing at work. I started missing more and more work, and soon enough, I began to feel like a burden to the company. Unable to bear the thought of being a hindrance, I decided to leave the Love Romance Corporative when I was 30. Even though I had achieved my dream, a cloud still hung over my heart. I left behind colleagues who had shared my vision and completely lost confidence in myself. I felt ashamed of running away and couldn't forgive myself for it. Yuzuru, please reconsider. We will need you. No one can replace you. That phone call was from Yakumo, my former colleague and best friend, asking me to return. And that's when I made my decision to come back. Though I've been gone for many years, meeting Horiuchi-san gave me the courage to return. It's true, I've got a big gap to fill after being away for so long. If you want to treat me like a junior, go ahead. But I won't lose to you. Not at work, and especially not when it comes to how you've treated Horiuchi-san. Toritaka couldn't find the words to respond. He looked like he wanted to say something, but nothing came out. Toritaka, the reason I've been visiting your branch so frequently is because we've been getting reports from other staff and even customers. Reports that you, along with the branch manager and Yokuno, have been taking advantage of Horiuchi-san's kindness to dump your work on her. What? It was my best friend who delivered the final blow. Thanks to this character, Horiuchi-san had been able to confide in him. Yakumo had been visiting the branch to investigate the internal problems, specifically how Horiuchi-san had been treated. I'm writing up a full report on your behavior and sending it to headquarters. The branch manager's in it too. Wait, please! Samura-san, I'm really sorry about what happened. Can't you help me out here? Oh, right, you like books, don't you? I've been really into a novel lately, and... In his panic, Toritaka tried to change the subject to something completely unrelated. He was grasping at straws. This protagonist doesn't care about the means, as long as they achieve their goal, and it really spoke to me. Huh. Thank you for reading my novel, Toritaka-san. Huh? Actually, I'm the one who wrote that book. I'm honored you enjoyed it. Well, I would be, if you hadn't misunderstood it so badly. The protagonist I wrote wasn't someone who'd hurt others or belittle them to get what they want. I guess it's up to the reader's interpretation, but I'm disappointed. I guess I still have a lot to learn as a writer. You've got to be kidding me! The author I admired was this guy? Also, there's no way I can stop the report. After all, I'm just a weak man, right, Toritaka-san? I'm so sorry. Toritaka finally slumped over in despair, unable to say another word. Horiuchi-san, it's been a while. Sorry for not contacting you sooner. A month had passed since I rejoined the Love Romance Corporative, and I finally had a chance to meet up with Horiuchi-san again.
No worries. You were busy, right? Was it because you were in the middle of a new manuscript?
That's part of it, but actually, I went back to work. I hadn't told Horiuchi-san about my new job yet. I was about to explain when...
Oh my! Horiuchi-san! Fancy seeing you here! Yokuno-san? What are you doing here?
Just as I was about to explain, we were interrupted by someone approaching us with a sneer. I could tell by Horiuchi-san's reaction that this wasn't someone she wanted to see.
I'm here for a date, of course. And what about you? Trying to cozy up to another guy? I'm not. What's this? Standing up for yourself now because you've got someone to back you up? Hey, handsome. Want me to let you in on a secret?
Yokuno batted her eyelashes at me, trying to look cute as she leaned closer.
She's disabled, you know. You wouldn't be able to tell just by looking, right? That's how she gets guys to feel sorry for her. You better watch out. She's just playing you.
With an exaggerated fake expression of concern, she insulted Horiuchi-san. I see. So you're saying that because you can't believe she has a disability, you're accusing her of lying?
Exactly. I mean, look at her. There's nothing wrong with her. She's tricking you.
Her condition is real. In fact, she confided in me about it. I don't believe she's lying. Everyone has their own struggles, ones that might not be visible.
Yuzuru-san.
That was the same thing Horyuta-san had said to me the other day. Her words had saved me. I decided to tell Horyuta-san everything. Meeting you gave me the courage to move forward. I realized that I couldn't keep running away. For so long, I felt ashamed of leaving my job, like I was a coward. It kept weighing on me, no matter what I did. Writing was the only thing that made me feel okay, like I could forget my weakness. The dream I had cherished of becoming a novelist eventually became just a way to escape reality. Even after my health stabilized with iron supplements, I kept turning down the chance to come back. Yokuno-san, was it? Yakumo told me all about you.
What? How do you know about Yakumo-san?
He's my best friend, and we used to work together. He also told me about how you've been dumping your work on Horyuta-san. That's been reported to headquarters.
What? But I'm the cute one. How can she get more attention than me? It's not fair.
Yokuno's strong desire for approval had driven her to jealousy over the attention Horyuta-san received.
Yokuno-san, will this be enough proof for you? What is this?
Have you never seen one before? It's a disability certificate.
Now you can believe me, right?
The certificate had been issued to Horyuta-san by the government, confirming her status as a person with a disability. She had been hired by Love Romance Cooperative through their disability employment program.
I've met plenty of people like you before. People who refuse to believe me because they think I'm lying. I have a heart condition. There's no cure, and it affects my daily life in ways you can't see. But I don't blame you. I understand that you probably have your own struggles that I can't see.
But, she says, and glares at Yakuno.
From now on, I need you to promise that you won't do anything that would inconvenience our customers. I'm so sorry.
And so, Yakuno Kyuka deeply apologized to Horyuta-san. She admitted that her jealousy had led her to push work onto Horyuta-san and received a formal warning from headquarters. Later, she confessed her feelings to Yakumo, but was immediately rejected. Unable to bear the shame, she left the company soon after. As for Toritaka Jushi, who had been overworking Horyuta-san with tasks outside her role, he was demoted. Removed from his position in sales, he took over the bento deliveries that Yakuno had vacated. However, while making deliveries, he got into an accident because he was texting and driving. The company demanded he pay damages, and he was fired. Meanwhile, the branch manager, who had known about all this and failed to act, was also dismissed. I'm the former branch manager. I deserve better than this. But his Asian pride made finding a new job difficult, and he soon found himself in dire straits. After that, I confessed my feelings to Horyuta-san, and we officially started dating.
Oh, by the way, I read your latest book, Yuzuru-san. It was amazing. The way the protagonist empathizes with others because of his own past pain, it really resonated with me.
Thank you, Nozomi. Maybe I won't tell her just yet that I based that character on her. By the way, I've been continuing to write novels, even after returning to Love Romance Cooperative, though I'm taking it slow. Yuzuru, Nozomi-san, congratulations! Thanks, Shoryu. I'll be counting on you as my best friend, as always. Everyone has unseen struggles or past they carry with them. But by trying to imagine what others are going through, the world might just become a little better.
My name is Ryusei Toda. I pride myself on being a sweets enthusiast with an unmatched passion for pastry making. Today's work is excellent again. Let me jot down some notes in my recipe notebook. This homemade recipe notebook marks the 10th volume since I entered confectionery school. Including the notebooks I've been writing since elementary school, lost ones included, the total is quite substantial. I want to continue making sweets for the rest of my life, if possible, as my profession. With that thought in mind, I graduated from confectionery school and became a patissier at a major sweets manufacturer. I just turned 25 the other day. Excuse me for intruding.
Oh, Ryusei-kun, you came again today.
The sweets at this shop are something I can never get tired of. Welcoming me was Yoshizo Kanie, the owner of the confectionery shop, Ama Harmony. He has been running the shop for nearly 20 years, providing delicious confectioneries to many customers with his excellent skills. His friendly demeanor makes him particularly popular among the locals, especially senior citizens. Manager, has something happened recently? You seem... The manager, who always greeted customers with a smile, had appeared somewhat dispirited lately.
I've tried to keep it from showing, but I guess I couldn't hide it entirely.
Yoshizo gave a troubled smile and let out a small sigh.
Ryusei-kun, I'll tell you since it's you. To be honest, our shop has been in the red for a while now.
What? Apparently, a large confectionery shop called Patisserie Amichan opened near the station recently. Because of this, customers had shifted there, leading to a decrease in foot traffic at Ama Harmony. But the sweets you make, manager, are so delicious.
Still, with the bigger store, they have a more extensive range of confections than we do. And I hear they use high-quality ingredients, too. Well, our shop has lasted for 20 years. Maybe it's time to call it quits.
That can't be. Manager, please let me work here.
Eh?
Let me repay my debt of gratitude. I'll make sure to turn things around.
Ryusei-kun. Haha, thank you. But just your feelings alone are more than enough.
I don't want to end it with just feelings. I'm serious.
But you're working at a major company, aren't you? There's no need to quit and join a shop on the verge of closing.
But the person I am today is all thanks to you, manager. I grew up in a family that wasn't very affluent. It wasn't often that I could buy sweets. I would gaze at the confections with their sweet aroma wafting through the air, feeling a kind of longing.
Hey, would you like to taste something? I made something new today.
But I don't have any money.
Don't worry about it. In that case, how about this? Write down your impressions in a notebook and bring it to me.
From then on, I began visiting the manager's shop and became captivated by the world of confections.
Haha, those were the days. Your eyes sparkled so brightly back then.
That moment was what made me aspire to become a patissier. You're the person I look up to, manager. So, please, let me repay you for everything. Fueled by a burning desire, I submitted my resignation the next day. I followed all the proper procedures, ensuring an amicable departure. I started working at the manager's shop, Ama Harmony, a few days later. One day, while I was in the kitchen experimenting with a new dessert, an unexpected visitor arrived.
Excuse me.
Welcome. May I help you with something?
Not exactly. I hear you've been trying to expand your product line. A futile effort, isn't it? An old-timer like you has no place surviving in today's sweets industry.
Manager, I've just finished a new product. Wait, you're...
Well, if it isn't Ryusei Toyoda, what on earth are you doing here?
This man was Kanemasa Miyoshi, my former classmate from confectionery school.
Oh, so you know each other, Ryusei-kun? He's the one I was talking about.
Unfortunately, yes. I never thought I'd see you running the shop down the road.
Weren't you working at a big-name sweets company? Don't tell me you got fired.
Don't make assumptions. I chose to work here because I wanted to. Oh really? Miyoshi sneered. Either way, working at a dying shop doesn't make you look any better.
No matter where you work, the fact that you've fallen so low hasn't changed.
You're as rude as ever. It hasn't been decided that this shop will fail. This shop is important to the manager, and to me. To have it ridiculed makes my blood boil. But I knew keeping my cool would be the smarter move, so I forced myself to stay composed.
I came here to witness firsthand how a failing small shop crumbles. Who knows how long it'll be before it shuts down for good. Mark my words, this area will belong to my shop.
Toyoda, you better prepare yourself. Throwing out those words, Miyoshi stormed off, clicking his tongue in frustration as he left. Manager, hearing things like that makes me even more determined to win. I'm fired up now.
Me too. After being insulted like that, there's no way I can just let it go.
From that day, we started discussing how to rebuild the shop seriously. Technically, manager, your skills are unparalleled. But most of our customers are middle-aged or elderly. We need to attract younger demographics too.
True, we can't afford major renovations, but maybe refreshing the interior would help.
And this might sound presumptuous coming from someone like me, but...
Don't hold back, I respect your abilities. Tell me your idea.
Would you mind taking a look at this?
This is a recipe notebook?
Yes, it's an extension of the taste test notes I used to give you as a kid. I've been researching and compiling recipes for years. Maybe we could use these for product development.
This is incredible. Your passion is palpable on every page. But are you sure about this? These are the results of your own dedication and hard work.
I am. It might sound dramatic, but it feels like I've been preparing these for this exact moment. To work on product development with you, manager, please use them.
Ryusei-kun, you truly have a fiery spirit. You're like a sugar sculpture melting under the heat of your passion.
Hearing the manager laugh like that made me genuinely happy. From then on, we spent days after day revising and developing new products. Though I worried about the late hours affecting the manager's health, he brushed it off with a laugh, saying I'm still in my prime. We're both sleep deprived, huh?
Haha, that's true, but I'm having the time of my life. Thank you, Ryusei-kun.
Baking had always been enjoyable, but these days were undoubtedly the most fulfilling of my life. Our efforts bore fruit, and sales steadily increased. Foot traffic returned to normal, much to Miyoshi's dismay.
Damn it, how are they getting customers again? What's Toyota up to? No matter, I've got money. I'll make sure I never lose to him again.
Several months later, customer numbers started dropping again.
Apparently, Miyoshi's shop has begun a major advertising campaign, Yoshizo said.
It's frustrating, but money can buy endless ads, I replied.
On top of that, we've seen an increase in canceled reservations recently.
Yeah, and even though our customers seem satisfied, the online reviews are oddly negative. The customers who visit us usually leave satisfied. The next day, after working until noon, I was heading home with some new sweets I had purchased.
Oh no! What should I do?
A woman walking toward me was muttering under her breath. She almost bumped into me, but I quickly stepped aside.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Are you okay?
I'm fine. Is everything alright with you? She explained that she was supposed to deliver a particular confection to an important client who had recently become fond of it. But the patisserie had mixed up the reservation, leaving her empty-handed.
What am I going to do? It's such an important meeting today. They're a real connoisseur of sweets and incredibly particular about them. I don't even know where else to find something suitable. And now, there's no time.
She must be in a rush. Here, take this. I handed her the sweets I had bought as a snack from Amama Harmony. It's called Loveland, a new product we just launched. It's made with fluffy sponge cake, coated in fresh cream, and filled with rich custard cream.
Are you a pâtissier?
Yes, I work at a shop called Amama Harmony, just around the corner from here. I'm not sure if the client will be satisfied, but I can vouch for the taste. Please, take it.
Are you sure it's okay?
Of course, I originally bought it as my snack, so it's no trouble at all. I hope your meeting goes well.
Thank you. I'll be sure to come by to express my gratitude.
In a hurry, the woman cradles the pastries and rushes off down the street. A few days later, Yuka enters Amama Harmony, where Ryusei is at the register. Welcome to... Oh, it's you!
Yes! Thank you so much for the other day.
Surprised, Ryusei sees that the woman has come to the shop to thank him personally.
Thanks to you, the meeting went perfectly. I can't thank you enough.
I'm so glad to hear that. Thank you for coming to tell me.
So, the sweet... Loveland, was it?
Yes, that's the one.
It wasn't just delicious. It was also super cute. The client was thrilled and I nearly died from how amazing it was. That's wonderful to hear. Thank you so much. Can I order 10 of them for now?
Of course, thank you very much. Yuka hands me a business card.
is Yuka Mihama. Here's my card.
Wait, Heartlock Animation? You're the CEO? Yuka Mihama, CEO of the renowned animation studio Heartlock Animation, had visited their shop. Although Ryusei wasn't particularly knowledgeable about animation, even he recognized the company's name.
Thank you once again for such a wonderful product. It truly saved the day. I feel like I finally found what I've been searching for. Our company produces original animations, and I'd like to discuss a project related to the show we're currently airing.
The proposal Yuka made would go on to transform the fate of Ama Ama Harmony. After 6 months, Ama Ama Harmony became a booming success with long lines of customers. Sorry, Loveland is sold out for today.
Oh no, I was really looking forward to it.
I deeply apologize, it's one of our most popular products.
Hey, Toyota! What the hell is going on here? How did you make this place so successful?
He waves his phone, showing an article about the shop's newfound fame. A little luck, I suppose. We happened to land a great collaboration. I gestured toward a sign featuring Loveland's artwork and details. The reason customers have been flocking to buy Loveland is...
We like to feature your shop in our animation project.
In an anime? Our shop? Yuka explained how her studio's show, set in Lovekoi City, needed a unique local specialty to highlight. That's when they discovered Loveland. The anime's protagonist enjoys Loveland in a key scene, and viewers loved it. Word quickly spread on social media, and customers began pouring in. Business is business, Kanemoto. That's just how it works.
Damn it, this isn't over.
I couldn't just let someone look down on me forever.
Damn it, did I end up provoking him even more? Damn it.
Hey, you're being too loud. I've known the manager here for years. Don't think I'll just stand by while you cause trouble in this shop.
The one who created Loveland, Master Yozurin, deserves respect. Insulting them is unforgivable. Stop spouting nonsense.
The loyal customers raised their voices in unison to protest against Kanemoto. This place is full of people who love the manager. That's the trust they've built over the years. If you keep causing trouble, we'll call the police.
Grr, I'll remember this.
Ryusei, I'm sorry I couldn't step in earlier. I was busy helping other customers.
By the way, the manager made a guest appearance in the anime as Yozurin, the shopkeeper who delivers Loveland to the heroine. Many fans now visit the shop as part of their pilgrimage to the anime's setting, adding to the manager's busy schedule handling customers. It's okay, manager. The customers here drove him off anyway.
Still, I just heard back from our lawyer, and they've uncovered everything about what Kanemoto's been doing.
Several days later, Kanemoto appeared at an office building, trying to hand over a business card to Yuka, who barely glanced at him.
Excuse me,
Oh? And who might you be?
I'm just someone with a proposal.
If you're a reporter, please contact my office directly. I don't handle inquiries on the spot.
Kanemoto followed beside her, refusing to back down.
No, that's not it. I'm here to talk about a potential collaboration.
That kind of request should go through the proper channels. Please, leave.
No, it's not like that. I have something important to tell you. I run a pastry shop in Lovekoi City. And it's about Ama Ama Harmony.
Ama Ama Harmony?
Yuka stopped in her tracks. Kanemoto saw his chance and began speaking fluently.
Yes, you know the shop's pastry chef Toyoda? He was actually a classmate of mine back in pastry school. That guy's a real scoundrel behind the scenes. He steals people's ideas, badmouths others, and more. Even the Loveland you collaborated on might be plagiarized. Teaming up with a shop like that is just too risky. President Mihama, don't you think it's time to reconsider? I can fill that gap with my shop, and don't worry, I'll make sure to pay you generously.
Leave.
What?
I have no plans to collaborate with any other pastry shop in Lovekoi City.
Wait, please! Why would you go this far for him?
Why? To begin with, I don't do business with people who badmouth competitors to force their way in. As for Toyoda, I've reviewed his recipe notes thoroughly. There's no chance of plagiarism. More importantly, he's the kind of person who would help someone in need without hesitation. Thanks to him, I was able to overcome a difficult situation. Trusting someone like that is the most natural thing in the world. And Toyota is a wonderful person who doesn't hesitate to lend a helping hand when someone is in need.
But what about Patisserie Bamachan?
Patisserie Amachan?
Yes, that's right. You must know about it, right? Well, this will be quick.
So you're the owner of that place. Actually, I visited your shop recently.
What?
I went there to purchase pastries for an important meeting, but I was told my reservation didn't exist and was turned away. If that hadn't happened, perhaps it would have been your shop collaborating with us instead of Amama Harmony.
Wait, then my shop was supposed to...
And don't get the wrong idea. I'm only speaking hypothetically. Given how you operate, there's no way we would have worked with you anyway.
No way.
The one who helped me in my time of need was Mr. Toyoda, and the manager at Amama Harmony gladly accepted my request. Things turned out as they should have. That's what fate is.
So, you're still at it, huh?
Well, what are you doing here?
I'm here to have a meeting with Miss Mihama over lunch. We're discussing a new project, not that you need to know. We've been dealing with strange cancellations and an influx of bad reviews recently. Any idea why?
Haha, that's just because your place is second rate, isn't it?
Kanemoto sneered, unaware of what was coming.
You always managed to outperform me in contests back in confectionery school. All the classmates adored you, and you let it go to your head, didn't you? When someone gets that cocky, of course they will attract bad reviews.
This is pathetic. You've been holding a grudge all this time. The same goes for the way you've been targeting the manager's shop. It's because you saw it as a threat, isn't it? Now I understand. You hire people to cancel reservations and post bad reviews about us.
What?
Our lawyer investigated everything. There's no denying it now.
What a terrible excuse. Perhaps your inner self is just as filthy as your actions suggest. If you have time to sabotage others, might I suggest cleaning up your own act first?
That's quite the brutal remark, President Mihama.
Please forget I said that.
Shortly after, I filed a police report, and Kanemoto was arrested for business obstruction through fraud. It was his first offense, so he only received a fine, but the incident became public. As a result, his father, the owner of a pastry shop, disowned him, and Kanemoto lost his position as manager. The shop hired a new manager in an attempt to recover, but with its reputation ruined and the debts Kanemoto had incurred, the business eventually shut down. Kanemoto sits in a shabby apartment, clutching a collection notice in his hands. Kanemoto lost his home, his job, and his reputation, but I have no intention of forgiving him. The damages claim filed by our shop burdened him with an even greater debt. Now he's stuck in a cheap apartment, working multiple part-time jobs just to keep up with repayments.
Damn it, this is all Toyota's fault.
Kanemoto's obsession with destroying Amama Harmony, a formidable rival, and the arrival of someone like me, who seemed to embody everything he envied, only drove him further into madness. Our shop has been stable ever since. Despite the many challenges, working alongside the manager has been the best decision of my life.
This is adorable. I could read the whole thing in one setting.
Right? You had such a cute face back then. Of course, now you're a reliable young man.
Oh wait, what are you two looking at? This? It's your childhood sweets review notebook. It's just too cute to handle.
Even with the little spelling mistakes, it's so endearing.
Aw, Ryusei, you're Sekaiichi for me too.
Give it back already!
No way, this is a treasure after all.
By the way, Yuka confessed her feelings for me shortly after this, and of course, I said yes.
Ryusei, thank you for everything.
I should be the one thanking you, manager. The small kindness the manager once showed me grew into something immense within me. It shaped my life and gave back in ways I could never have imagined. Perhaps it's these gentle cycle of kindness that make the world a warmer, better place.